Well. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is 3:04, just a tad bit late, but I had to make sure everything was right. At least I'm here. Here I am. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my foolishness. Yeah. Welcome once again to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live everywhere. What is going on today? Hey, do me a favor before I even start speaking to those that are in the house. I hope that you would share real quick to some people about the podcast. I'm sorry, and let's have a little talk as I once again try to calm y'all down. Because Lord have mercy. I don't even want to start here. It's just y'all getting on my nerves. No sense of me like what's going on. Go ahead and share. Excuse me. Y'all about to make me choke. Y'all go ahead and share if you can with as many people that you can. If you don't mind, help your boy out. We're here again today, Saturday, for some good Cowboy talk once again. There's always something to talk about in Cowboy land, and boy, oh boy, did we not have a week since the last time I was on with you, which was Monday. We have had some pretty good news that has lit up Cowboy world and Cowboy fans. And a lot of optimism is once again in the air. A lot of hope is in the air. This is just a lot. And there needs to be. But we're here to channel it in the right way because some of y'all done went way off the cliff. And it's my job to try to, as I've said so many times before, when you come see me, I'm coming with real, and I'm not for the I'm looking at things as it is, and I'm not going to bite the apple or drink the Kool-Aid that the Dallas Cowboys offer. Now, here's what as I get older and I'm looking at things. A lot of this stuff that we blame Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones for is really not them. It's us. Yes, it is. It's us, y'all. It's us. It's not Jerry and Stephen. And what happens is when we get certain type of news, there is an expectation that it automatically means that we're getting ready to do something incredible. It's not Jerry and Stephen. Y'all didn't think I was gonna come here and get on their side, did you? It's the fan base. And it's ESPN, it's Fox, and all of those that want to go ahead and automatically assume. I mean, we keep going to these same dance steps every offseason. Every free agent they get let go. First thing everybody wants to say is Dallas. Bobby Wagner, Dallas. DeAndre Hopkins, Dallas. Now Adam Thielen is out, Dallas. I mean, every time it's almost like there's no other team but the Dallas Cowboys. There's no other team that wants free agents but the Dallas Cowboys. Let me tell y'all, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones hadn't said anything. Now, I understand that you guys saw that saw that there was there was an inquiry, and they're looking into monitoring DeAndre Hopkins trade, and all this kind of stuff. They made a phone call to Bobby Wagner and all that, and y'all just go off the deep end. Cowboys, they supposed to make a phone call. They're supposed to make a phone call, don't you think? They do. They're supposed to make a phone call. Look, Bobby Wagner's out there. Make the phone. Just because they made the phone call, see, y'all drinking too much Kool-Aid, drinking too much sugar. That don't mean just because they made the phone call, they want to make it happen. There's a lot of things that got to go right for the Cowboys to make it happen. And you just can't just automatically say, oh my God, they called Bobby Wagner. Y'all go crazy, then get mad, fire hot mad when he go to another team. Like, dang, Jerry, you missed the boat. No, he didn't miss the boat. He didn't miss the boat. Sometimes, guess what? The price tag is too high. And they're not going to do that. Y'all, and then here's the other thing. Let me go on. Some of you just automatically think, DeAndre Hopkins, just because he in Dallas, just because he on Dez Bryant video, you just automatically think, oh my God, he's in Dallas. He wants to sign with the Cowboys. Just because DeAndre Hopkins said on the video, hey, I heard y'all been calling my name. What's up? Y'all, for some reason, that just translated to the fan base that DeAndre Hopkins wants to sign with the Dallas Cowboys. How y'all know he ain't said that to somebody else? I'm just saying. Sometimes we got to look at, you got to stop making things. What I'm trying to help y'all so y'all won't, go through this same off-season misery that we go through every year. We see all these folks. And we just got daydreams and wishes and hopes and all that kind of stuff. And they just pass us right on back. Why? Because, again, now we get Stephen Jones, and primarily Stephen Jones and Jerry. They do not do what it takes, y'all. I don't know how many years we got to go through this. And I'm sorry if I'm busting some of y'all balloons, but it got to be done. Some of y'all done drunk too much Kool-Aid. We do not sign these type of dudes. That's what the history is. That's what it says. We do not sign these guys. We don't shop. The same thing, y'all. We don't shop for free agents until day 4, day 5, day 9. Y'all know that. Why are we acting like we all of a sudden we just finna go trying to do what most of us want us to do? I personally am one that believes that we need to go to free agent route. We don't need many. We just need maybe about 1 or 2 impactful guys day one that will come in and make a difference. I agree with that. I'm with that. But how many guys have we let pass by over the years? Impactful guys. We just tried to get due diligence on Bobby Wagner last year. What has changed? Other than Bobby done added another all-pro year to it. We did our due diligence last year with Bobby Wagner. Everybody. Have y'all forgot? They let it pass right on back. Matter of fact, they didn't even offer him a contract. They didn't offer Bobby Wagner a contract last year. He was free. Went right on to the Rams. Come on, y'all. The due diligence was last year. It ain't nothing changed, but Bobby added another year to his age, and Bobby also added another all-pro season. That's the only difference. It's the same thing. I don't think they offered him a contract. I'm almost scared to see the insult of a contract they would offer Bobby Wagner if they did. Hello? I'm just trying to remember y'all. Y'all need to calm down a little bit. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to bring you down. If we sign somebody, I'm good. But I ain't banking my heads on it like y'all. A lot of y'all, I don't think it's gonna happen. That's just not what we do. We just don't do that. And y'all know it. Calm down. Now I'm finna come with some facts in a minute just to get y'all back on course. Let me speak to folks real quick. Hold on. Some of y'all mad at me already. I see this guy in the building. Terry, what's up? Steven, what's up? Greg, what's up? Joe, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. Ultra Cowboy, what's going on? Who else is here? Daniel, Barry Sports Highlight Show, what's going on? Appreciate any other podcaster that joins in on the show. Greg said when the Cowboys did sign big name, Cowboys won ring. That is 100% actually true. Different mindset back then. Jerry was running the show. He didn't let Steven. Remember, if y'all remember, since you go that way, Greg, let's remember for those of us that are old enough. If you remember when Deion Sanders signed with the Dallas Cowboys, Stephen Jones got his daddy and ran him up against the wall. That's what he did. He didn't want him signed. Y'all forget? And he was young then. We talking 1995. We talking years. Stephen Jones been on this saving money trip for a long time. He just wasn't in position to override his daddy at the time. Jerry Jones was making moves like that. You're right, Greg. Charles Haley. You see what I'm saying? Those type moves. That's what we're begging for again, but it doesn't change because it made Steven so much more power now that's not the Jerry Jones that we knew. So Steven running the show. Stephen Jones been cheap. Stephen Jones is dedicated, y'all, to being the salary cap champion of the world. As if, hey, what's up, Steve Uman 45 on Podbean. I see you over there. What's going on? He's dedicated to being the salary cap champion of the entire world. As if there's a championship belt that he's getting. As if he's a champion above every name. As if he's getting an NFL award for being under the salary cap. And the Cowboys did what they always do. I'm setting something up. I'm going to come to you. I'm probably, if y'all need to hang with me, because I need y'all to use your common sense at the main thing. Huh? Watch this. What's up, Steven? What Steven said? Steven said, that doesn't mean he will or always will think that way in every situation. He says people grow. Right now, Steven Jackson, I have no other choice but to believe that's the direction to go because that's what they shown us. They made a trade for Amari Cooper. I got that part. That's a trade. I'm talking about free agency. When you got these type of dudes that you've been seeing go across the ticker of your TV saying these guys got cut, and you automatically know some of these guys are still a high-priced guy that can make a difference on your team. We do not sign those guys. The guys that we sign like that are guys that have big names with that kind of years past. Greg Hardy's, we'll sign, you'll have a DeAndre Hopkins, you'll have a guy like that who's right there, but we'll go get a James Washington instead. That's what we do. We ain't gonna buy, and for those that believe in DeAndre Hopkins, I see you, Joe. Joe said he got a good feeling we're gonna go get Hopkins. Okay, I understand that DeAndre Hopkins has said that he will renegotiate the last 2 years, and you're gonna have to, because DeAndre Hopkins, I believe, is getting paid $27 million per season. And you got to keep in mind, we got CeeDee Lamb coming up. You pay DeAndre Hopkins that What in the world do you think you're going to have to pay CDs? That's strike one. So you better be renegotiating for that if you were to trade him. Number two, most importantly, we love our pick. We just got all these compensatory picks. You know, extra picks for guys we let go, for Randy Gregory and people like that. The Cowboys love their picks. Y'all know that. They love the draft because they love it because we don't do the free agency route, y'all. We do the draft and development route. I don't know why we act like this is not the case. This is the case. We are draft and develop, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with draft and development. But they have completely showed us over the years, we do not do this free agency talk. I'm going to show y'all something in just a second. I'm not going to show you the screen. I'm going to read something to you. You got to use your common sense, okay? So we haven't done that in a while. We'll wait till guys get a little past the prime and try to get them cheap. That's where this OBJ thing come in. OBJ is not the same OBJ of yesteryear, but you know, when guys are injured or injury prone, that's when we go after guys. You see what I'm saying? That's when we go after guys, and we hope that they, you know, can catch lightning in a bottle and have a great year physically. That's what we do. That's what we do, y'all. And y'all know it's the truth. We don't go after guys like some of these names that y'all seen. Okay? We just don't do it. All right. Let me get to my stuff. And I'll be done. I mean, I ain't gonna be long at all. Let me show y'all something. Let me know. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Spoonie, what's going on? Joe says if Gallup doesn't pick up his game, it probably will be his last year. Well, I believe Gallup will pick up. I believe Gallup will get it done. He should be healthy. Gallup played injured last year. It's hard to come back from the ACL. Kudos to him for trying. He should be free next year. I expect Gallup to play well. I expect that. He'll play well. We paid him to play well. We paid him when he was hurt. They ain't giving up on Gallup. And I guess they segue into what y'all got excited about. And they are not giving up on Dak Prescott. Let me go on kill y'all bubble now. Y'all know what happened. His contract got restructured, pushed down the line, and then he also restructured Zach Martin's contract as well, which freed up $30 million. Y'all just got excited because y'all started having daydreams about this is about to go down. Big name players, something about to go down. Huh? Something about to go down because Zach Martin, we got Zach Martin, we got Dak Prescott restructured. We got both of them restructured. We got $30 million. Oh my God, they about to make a big move. No, they're not. Why y'all getting excited? You dreaming. See, this is where y'all blame Steven and Jerry. And Jerry and Steven ain't thinking about the way that you're thinking. They're not thinking that. They're not. I'm going to show you in just a second. I want you to use your common sense. Again, keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. The Cowboys have won 12 games the last 2 seasons. 24 wins in 2 seasons. Let me tell y'all something, the way they're thinking and the way you should be thinking. And you don't, I'm not the judge. If you're not thinking this way, cool. When you win 12 games, you're not that far away. You don't have to tear everything down. You don't have to, no. You won 12 games. And please, I understand we ain't win playoff. We won one playoff game. Some of y'all want the NFC Championship game. Some of y'all want the Super Bowl. I get it. I understand. I want the Super Bowl too. But they won 12 games. You can't dismiss that. It took a special year by the Philadelphia Eagles to put us as a 5th seed. 12 wins usually get you just about your division number 1. And then it just about put you as the number 1 seed. It took Philly to win 14 or however many games they won. That's what it usually does. When you're 12-4, 12-5 consistently, like we have been, you don't need much. You don't need to do like Philly and Tampa Bay and the Rams did that year where they just go get Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl after Pro Bowl. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You just need a couple spots that you could go after somebody that's going to improve the team. Just a couple. You good. With this makeshift line that everybody complained about, guess what they did? They won 12 games. Without Dak Prescott playing 5 games, guess what they did? They won 12 games. So let's not act like we need to tear down the whole ship. You don't need to do that. You just need a couple spots. Y'all got excited because of $30 million. And right then and there, I saw in all kind of chats, oh my God, we about to go after DeAndre Hopkins. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We about to make a serious trade. We're going to make a serious move. Who told y'all that? Who told y'all that? Who told y'all that? ESPN? Fox? The Cowboys ain't said nothing. And let me commend them on that. Jerry ain't said nothing, really. Stephen Jones ain't said they're moving quietly. That's kind of out of the norm for us. They really ain't saying nothing. It's just reports that came out and said they made a phone call to Bobby, as every NFL team should, for Bobby Wagner. They're monitoring the DeAndre Hopkins trade. Guess what? They should. It's like every other NFL team. It's DeAndre Hopkins. The Dallas Cowboys ain't the only team that want DeAndre Hopkins. Yes. Hello. You should be mad if they didn't monitor the situation. That's what you should be mad at. They're doing what every team does. They're supposed to. They're doing right. The Cowboy fan base, ESPN and Fox, calling Dallas name out of every year. That's the problem. Because they keep boosting your head up. Now, you got excited about $30 million. Here I go right here. I'll be done after this, be honest with y'all. We'll just be talking after this. All right. They freed up, which is a fact, $30 million. And they got room to do something else, restructuring some of the other guys. So they probably gonna have a little bit more. But here's the part that y'all not thinking about. Y'all automatically assume they're freeing up money for a big trade and one player. I challenge, and I'm not saying I'm in the front office. I'm not saying that, but I'm using my common sense. I'm gonna tell y'all, at least for right now, why they freed up the money. Hello, they're $30 million clear in the salary cap. But here's the part y'all done forgot. They're probably gonna need right at $10 million for the draft. For all them picks that we got, and when you add it all up, hello, we're gonna need about $9-10 million to sign those draft picks. Let's do some subtraction. That's 20. Y'all done forgot about that, right? $20 million. Then, here's the other thing. They're going to need about $10 million to play with during the season. You don't get all of that money and then spend it down to zero. You need money for the season. Why? Injuries. Hello. Other free agents that you have to sign, like we usually do, they just sign this player to the practice squad. They just signed, come on, or a mid-season signing. Let's do some more subtraction, y'all. Yeah, see, y'all, come on in. Common sense. That's now down to 10. Again, about $10 million for the draft. That's minus 10. That's 20 left. Then you're going to need $10 million or so for the upcoming season. Let's do subtraction again. Now you only got $10 million left. Because that got to happen. You got to pay your draft pick. And you got to have money for the regular season. I busted some of y'all balloons, didn't I? I know. That's why I told y'all, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop trying to make all this. I'm trying to calm y'all down. But the first thing y'all gonna want to do is blame Jerry and Steven for letting these guys just pass by. The Cowboys are doing things to prepare for the season. And it ain't the way that y'all thinking it's gonna prepare. They're saving money. They're not saving money. They're getting it lined up so that they can have money for the season and money to sign these draft picks. Come on, y'all. Stop it. Can y'all please stop? Y'all think that we can save enough to, we finna get DeAndre. Are we gonna have to pay his $27 million? No, we ain't paying no $27 million for a wide receiver, even though he would say that he would, possibility that he would renegotiate his contract for those last 2 years. But y'all stop. What you think DeAndre Hopkins is gonna go down to? You really believe that DeAndre Hopkins is gonna go down to $18 million from 27? Really? Y'all got excited. Thank you, Michael Evans. Look at this. League year starts Monday, Michael Evans said. And every team has to be under the salary cap. The Cowboys is doing regular, fundamental business. Cowboy fan base. ESPN, Fox, automatically done. They ain't thinking about that. They saying the Cowboys finna make a move. They freed up $30 million. Oh my God, here to come the Cowboys. Finally, they're gonna go to free agents route. Stop it. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. You about to bite. You about to bite the forbidden apple again. And y'all gonna be excited. Y'all talking about this guy. Y'all got excited about Adam Thielen. And I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think Adam Thielen would have come in for? $2 million? He's still productive. And I'm trying to tell y'all, calm down. The Cowboys are just doing what they're supposed to do. I applaud Jerry and Steven today. I do. Because they did what they're supposed to do. Find a way. Everybody said restructure Dak. They did that. Nobody really mentioned Zach Martin. Everybody was talking about somebody else. But Zach Martin, again, they did him. Guess what? If those two guys alone did freed up $30 million, and I guarantee you that there's other players on there, they can do it. Watch this. They got to do all that because, see, y'all think we gonna free enough money to sign somebody outside. See, y'all forgot that Stephen Jones told us a couple years ago. What did he tell us? We like our guys. There are a couple guys on this team that need to be re-signed. Like one in particular, Mr. Donovan Wilson, who's up for a big contract now. You got to pay Donovan Wilson. Why y'all forgetting that? Why y'all talking about DeAndre and Bobby Wagner and all that? I would love to have Bobby Wagner, but they gonna take care of our guys first, don't they always? And that's what they did with Michael Gallup. And isn't that what they did with DeMarcus Lawrence? Isn't that what they did with Sean Lee a few years ago? Hello. You got to re-sign Donovan Wilson. As much as Dan Quinn talked about Donovan Wilson, how much he's so valuable and he loved his moxie on the field, how much he loves to hit people, the tone setter, as Dan Quinn has said. You really believe that Dan Quinn wants to let go of Donovan Wilson? You are crazy. We need to re-sign Donovan Wilson. But while y'all down here talking about everybody else, there are some guys that's on this team that we have to sign. That's who the money for, truth be told. That's who the money for. It's not for what you thinking it is. We got to. All right. I just came to. I came today. And Joe talking about. Look here. Joe talking about Wilson is very important to our defense, especially if we lose LVE. The Cowboys like LVE. They might be trying to sign both of them, Joe. How about that one? Guess what? You need the money to do that. Y'all talking about all these other folks. What about the guys that's up for free agency on our team? There's one other thing that needs to be discussed, which y'all somewhat got excited about. Well, we had no choice, and that is Tony Pollard. He counts against the cap. That's $10 million off the top, unless we do of course, sign him to a long-term deal. But we got to sign. If anything, we should do that to free up some more money. We got some guys on our team that need to be signed. I just threw one. I said Donovan Wilson. LV I ain't saying you need to re-sign him. I'm just saying the Cowboys like him. If they like him, they gonna find a way to put him on the team. And while y'all got big dreams of superstar players, Cowboys ain't thinking about that at all, y'all. And y'all gonna be mad. Ooh, y'all gonna be mad. Soon as you go and look at the ticker and see that DeAndre Hopkins has signed somewhere, y'all gonna be so mad. And I'm gonna be sitting right here waiting on y'all on my regular time. I'm gonna say, I told y'all what y'all mad at? Y'all know we don't sign guys like this. What you mad at? Y'all think OBJ, they think James Washington. I can't say it no clearer than that. Y'all thinking about Brandon Cook. Y'all thinking about Adam Thielen. The Cowboys think about a James Washington. I don't know what I don't know why y'all acting like this is not how it is. This is the Dallas Cowboys. Mike says this. Mike says the Gallup. We restructured his $7.8 million. Okay. If I start saying that, then I might start saying, now why are they freeing up all this money? They did what they're supposed to do as of now to get ready for the league year. They did what they did because they know they got to have money for the draft. And then they know they had to have money for operation during the season. Probably about another $10 million. Which means they only got about $10 million in free agency. That's your 30 as of now. Now, if I see some more restructuring going on, then I might go, Now, why are they trying to make a nice pile of money here in free agency? Then I'll say that now. So I told y'all last week, I'm still like this. Like, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not drinking Kool-Aid at all. Y'all can drink it. I'm not setting myself for it. But I done seen it too many years now. I know how the Cowboys operate because I done seen how they do. They shocked us when they went out and got Amari Cooper in the trade. That's just not what we do. That shocked us. That shocked us. That's not norm for us. We almost rather go play by committee, wide receiver by committee, which is somewhat close to what we did this year. That's how we do. We'll say, hey, I believe that the wide receiver group by committee with James Washington and a 75% Michael Gallup. I believe that's enough. And you know what the bad part about that was, y'all? Depending on how you look at it, that with what they did last year, they won 12 games. With the Noah Brown, with the Michael Gallup, 75% Michael Gallup, with the makeshift line, with the signing of Jason Peters, 40 years old. We go, I mean, come on now. Come on now. We did that. We did it. That's that, and in their mind, they're saying, hey, they're probably saying what I'm saying. Hey, man, look, you know, with good coaching, and hey, we don't need much. These guys are good. We can get the job done. All we need is just to make sure we take care of our core guys and let's run it back. That's what they freeing up money for, y'all. The Donovan Wilsons, you know, these type of guys. I hope it ain't LVE, but I know how they think. My God, they gave money to Sean Lee a few years ago, all over again, who wasn't productive. I mean, they trying their best to figure out how they can keep Tyron Smith. See what I'm saying? Guys who you know ain't gonna make it during the whole season. They trying to find a way to keep. That's what that part I've always told y'all. Loyalty is a killer of the Cowboys. Loyalty. I'm just telling y'all. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm gonna stay like this. I know what the money's. I mean, I'm guessing that would make sense. It makes sense what the Cowboys did for Dak and Zach Martin. It makes 100% sense. You got the money, $10 million, probably for the draft total. $10 million for having money to operate during the season, because things are gonna happen. And then you're gonna have, as of right now, probably about $10 million in free agency. Once I see that they done restructured so many other people, excuse me, and then all of a sudden bring them back, open up a whole lot of more money, then I might get loose. I might. I might say, I just have a question like, okay, what y'all doing now? All right. Okay. All right, I'm done. Let me get my set up. See, y'all, I know some of y'all mad. I done get the dream. I understand. What's up, Ken and Bill? What's up? I see. I understand some of y'all may be mad, but I just wanted to hit y'all with some common sense before y'all lose your mind. You understand? Let me make sure I'm good. All right, let's try it, y'all. Phone line is open. See what y'all got to say. Phone line is open 901-654-6855. Mike said that's a good move. Bring Tyler Smith with the lack of devil line in still. Jason Pierce should be resigned as well. I don't have no problem with it. I'm just saying that's typical Dallas Cowboy negotiation. I agree. You should bring him back.
Call from
Coach Ball.
All right.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. First up, the one and only Coach Ma in the building.
What's going on, Big Show?
What's going on?
Yeah, man, I want to clear something I saw in the chat that somebody said, and you was perfect about the operation money for the year. That's important because if we get a player hurt and we want to sign a guy during the season, we need that money because you can't go over the cap at all during the season.
Bingo.
Once the year starts, you can't go over the cap. So that operation money there, and you're right, they're gonna take roughly about 8.5, 9, maybe just a tad bit, no less than $8 million.
Yeah.
To sign your rookie free agents, because with the structure of the contract, of the sliding of where you get picked, the signing bonuses, their cap hit will be all together, be around that amount if once you sign all of them. Plus you need money to sign, and part of the operation money is you need money to sign undrafted free agents to come into camp. Mm-hmm. So that bonus money that you sign those guys, which is not a lot, but it may add up to $1 million or $800,000 with all. If you bring in 20 and you give them bonus, and some of them you give them a little bit more guaranteed money, like what they did with the kid out of Bell, out of Florida A&M last year, because they won him, and he's like, that's when you sign undrafted free agents, you kind of bidding with other teams.
Exactly.
So they kind of felt he was going to make their team, so that's why they brought him in, and he had a little bit of guaranteed money on his already. Mm-hmm. So yes, the operation money, and as of today, when they say they $30 million over the cap, that means what they're saying that I got tagged, that money already went on the cap. So they had to be under the cap by the league business when the new business of the new league started. I think that's next week. So everybody has to be under the cap by that time. So that $30 million is already, the Tony Pollard $10 million is already included. The Terrence Steele tenure is already included because those salaries already added. So if they were to start this season right now today, with Ezekiel Elliott, with Tyler Smith, all their cap hits, they would still be underneath the tag. So, underneath the cap. So everybody's salary is included. So right now, you're so right about they're not, and which is smart, they're not moving contracts and cutting players and restructuring contracts unless they know they have somebody to sign that's going to fit in that structure. There's no need to get all this money and then you get into a bidding war with someone, you can't get someone, then you end up having to spend the money on guys that are not, because you missed out on certain things. So the Cowboys are not, and then I want to make sure that people understand this. We always say this, man. This is the craziest thing I think that we as fans have a misconception. Why didn't they sign the guy? Why didn't they got Tony Pollard to they need to go ahead and sign Tony Pollard to a long-term contract? Well, I'm quite sure the Cowboys want to do that. But that Tony Pollard has to agree with the contract that they offer. There has to be agreement. They just can't say, "Oh, we're gonna sign them." And no team just sign guys to whatever they want. and say, oh, well, because Cole can say, I want $12 million a year. Yeah. They can say, we want to give you $7 million. He says no. So you are the impasse.
Yeah.
So you just can't go out there. It's not like I think people think when we talk about team go in, let's sign the guy. That's a mutual agreement between two people. The other side has to agree also.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's not, that's the way that goes. And the same thing with Hopkins. Mm-hmm. If the Cowboys miss out on Hopkins, he's not going to be in Arizona. The only way the Cowboys may miss out on Hopkins is that some other team, listen, Arizona owns the right to Hopkins. So if the Cowboys offer a second-round pick and somebody else offer an earlier second-round pick,
which one you think they're going to take?
So what Jared can do about that?
Yeah,
so you say, well, Jared should do, we should give him a first-round pick. That would be done. You can't go there. He's like, okay, we can't go there.
Yeah, exactly. And folks gonna get mad as all outdoors. Once he signs somewhere else, the price tag too steep, and they ain't gonna pay that. I'm just saying.
I mean, and that's smart.
Yeah,
that's smart. That's smart. And then with Odell Beckham, okay, Odell does well. The Cowboys, we want to even go to the workout because they already got the parameters of where they think Odell Beckham is, which he probably looks wonderful. He probably, but they have any parameters of what they want to sign. Odell is trying to make the market so he can boost that area up even higher because he wants to get. And Cowboys, one thing that they have always said in their free agency, and this is, and out of anything else, this is what they really believe in. Cowboys are not getting in bidding wars with other teams.
Exactly. They have their price. And
now they hold to that. Because when you get into bidding wars, you eventually what you do is you overpay for zealousness. And when you overpay, you got to pay the piper somewhere down the line. And listen, they're not paying the piper like Tampa Bay and the Rams paying the piper. I people like this. The Rams didn't do a whole lot of free agent signings. They traded a lot of draft picks away to make trades because if you're gonna get a great player in this league, if you gotta look at the history of Big Show, if you're gonna get a player that's probably great, that's really got a lot of stuff in the tank, most times you're not gonna get him off being a big name free agent. Mm-hmm. Most big name free agents are free agents for a reason. And why are they free agents? Because either they got a hiccup, they are, or the team doesn't want them, or they're at the tail end of their career. Because if they're a marquee, they will still be with their team. Yeah. But if you want a marquee guy, you got to find a team that's trying to unload a guy, and you probably can trade for a marquee guy, but you're not going to pick up guys that are marquee free agents unless you have something like. I think some people get confused that Tom Brady was a marquee free agent. But Tom Brady already knew where he wanted to go. So the negotiations with that was not hard. He wanted to be playing in the warm weather. He wanted to play in Florida, and he took a less than market value at $30 million just to play in Florida. So that was not a hard negotiation for Tampa Bay. They signed Gronkowski because Gronkowski wanted to play for Tom Brady, so you didn't have to pay him top dollar. That was just that's filling your hands. Antonio Brown, that's filling your hands because he was out in the streets, but he had a relationship at that time with Tom Brady, so that's filling your hands. So it wasn't like they went out and bid against somebody because the player already wanted to be there based on other circumstances, so they just had to make a deal.
Yeah.
So they didn't go out and bid against anybody, and they were not going to bid against anybody because those things fall in their hand. But if you trade for a guy, you give some capital to them and you get somebody. So it's not as just as easy for guys to say, we just wanted to sign. I hear this story about, man, we should have signed Dak earlier. We should have. I keep trying to tell people, once Dak got finished his second year, his agent was not signing no contract in year 3, no extension that will start 2 years later at nothing less than $40 million. Yeah. What if his agent would have, just think about this, Big Show. What if year 2, his agent jumped on. The Cowboys said, "We give you 35." At that time, was the highest paid quarterback in the league. We give you 35, and in 2 years, when you get an extension, it picks up after your contract is over. So 2 years later, he'll be at 35, and the Cowboys signed him for 5 or 6 years. And now your agent looking at, he's saying, "Dog, man, you still making 35. Everybody else making 50. You was behind, and you still behind. What do you need to do? Fire that agent."
Yeah.
You ain't got me nowhere. I was behind at first, and by the time my contract kicked in, I'm still 10, 15 million behind.
Yeah. Incredible.
So he's gonna wait till when the market, when he ever knew the market was, he's gonna wait that time. The Cowboys wanted to sign. We don't think they threw some money at it, but they didn't want to be embarrassed and say that this guy is, holding to his guns and he waiting for the market to be set to get a market contract. That's why when Jerry said, "I got beat on this," and he's a very smart guy in that press conference, he was alluding to this guy did not jump at something that he knew he knew the value of the market, and he didn't jump early, and he waited it out. And yes, we had to reward him because we had no choice. But we could have got him early, but he wasn't falling for the okie doke. Yeah. That's it.
Bottom line.
So you're right, Big Show, about this. I want to say one thing about Frazier. You mentioned Donald Wilson. Donald Wilson will listen, and I'm gonna say something a lot of people ain't gonna like. Donald Wilson will probably be if the Cowboys signed Donald Wilson, and that's a big if. It would be later on in free agency, later down the road, because his market is not going to be as big as what we think, because there is a lot of quality, more accomplished safeties in the market. And the fact that we have to understand, Curse had a dried up market because really this is Donovan Wilson's first major season without injury, because you got to remember, the past 2 years before that, he missed about 3 to 4 games each season. So this is the first game he played a whole schedule and had a very good year, but his replacements are in the building. Yeah. His replacement is
already
Bell is a hitter.
Yeah.
And a Kwamu has to play because he showed signs of making big-time plays.
Yeah.
So he really doesn't have the leverage to say what he wants. They will pick him back up at the end if he can come in when they find out and if he gets a big offer, they'll be saying, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Same thing with LVE. If they're talking to Bobby Wagner, which I believe that they will be interested in Bobby Wagner because I believe they like the contract that the Rams signed to Bobby Wagner last year. They will maybe want to try to offer something of that same nature because that's a very team-friendly contract, and they probably can fit that in their structure to get that play. Yeah. But the same thing with LVE. They're going to allow him to see what his market is. I wouldn't bring LVE back because I really feel that if you don't even go with Bobby Wagner, I feel that Clark would give you the same thing. If you look at Clark plays per year, this year he played half the plays at LVE. His tackle percentage rate was higher than LVE for the games he played. And you got to look at a kid that didn't have no training camp live, didn't practice live during the off-season, didn't practice live until maybe week 6, week 7, and to come out there fresh and play as well as he played, what you think the next level for him is going to be. Going to be even better for structure like that. So that's you have to go slim, and to win a Super Bowl, you're gonna have to have young players be developed. Yes. But you're so right. You're right, Big Show. People to pump their brakes. The Cowboys, once they start trying to make room for contracts, then you see where they're going. They're trying to get into a space where they can make a move, but they're not going to make many moves. No. I hope people don't think they're going to make. No. I think I see two, maybe 3 major moves to the team. I see a wide receiver. I see possibly a linebacker, and I see possibly doing training camp. If they're not getting production at corner, which they think they can. You may see a veteran corner brought in here, but the rest of this is going to be your backups and your hits are going to be for Will McClay. And let's be realistic. We didn't say anything about Bland. And Bland was drafted in the 7th round last year, and look what he's doing for us. So there can be guys that you draft in this draft, regardless of what round they're in, that can play. Exactly. So we just need to pump our brakes. And you're right about we're 12. It's not easy. I think people don't think it's easy to be a 12-5 team. And I want to say one last thing, make sure I know. I want us to cut this narrative out. I heard a show by 105.3 yesterday, that made me sick to my stomach. And this is where I come up with unrealistic expectations. And this is what kills me when it comes to my own people. They said there should be no excuse that the Cowboys should win the Super Bowl.
It's hard, though.
That's cheating. That's cheating the game of football. There's a lot that goes into a season. You got to be fortunate in some areas. You got to be, injuries can't happen. You got the ball, sometimes you got to bounce your way, and you got to play good football. But just because you get a collection of players, this sport does not, it's not just as easy as 1, 2, 3 to snap your fingers and say, I got the players, and I'm guaranteed to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. That doesn't happen. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you for your time, Big Show, man. And keep on pushing the narrative out there. But Cowboy fans, relax. I like what we're doing so far. Let's see what we can do moving forward.
I agree. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right.
Coach Marv again. Dropping jewels as always. Yeah. He brought up something that I think you got to pay attention to, man. Look, the bidding war thing that he talked about. The Cowboys have already in their minds where they want to be with every individual. They do. As far as the free agent goes, and they won't get nobody. They already have the type of area where they're supposed to be at, as far as money goes. So when you start talking about somebody like Bobby Wagner, because a lot of people think we're supposed to get Bobby Wagner, don't y'all know that there's going to be a bidding war? Or, man, come on now. Bobby got paid by the Rams last year. You think Bobby ain't gonna get paid next year? That's what I'm saying. See, in Madden 23, you can get excited about that. But even in Madden 23, it's a salary cap. It's a salary cap even in Madden 23. And you just can't get everybody. You just got to see how this gonna work, and we got some guys that we got to pay. A lot of y'all think about DeAndre Hopkins. Somebody put something up in the chat earlier about you had to make a decision. Let me get that up. I believe that was let me find that out. Somebody said something about if the Cowboys get DeAndre Hopkins. I think it was Michael Evans that said that, so I have to find it in the chat here. I want to pull it up because he said if we do this, then we got to make a decision on there it is. Look what Michael Evans said here. D-Hop can be half or less than a first round pick that's on the draft. If you're doing a trade. Maybe even a second day pick. Plus, they have to decide if they want to pay that $19 million price tag for next year. I can almost just about tell you and say no. Because if you pay DeAndre Hopkins $19 million next year, what you got to pay CD Lamb? Think about that.
Michael Evans.
Speaking of Michael Evans, I got him right here. Michael Evans My man is back. What's going on, Mike?
How you doing?
Man, what's up with you? You all right, man?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there, trying to stay out of all the snow up north. But everything Coach Mars said was absolutely correct. Everyone just needs to calm down. I believe they got a plan, but this plan is going to take some steps. The first step was what you saw the other day. They have to do some restructuring. They did Dak Prescott. They did Zach Martin. Like I said in the chat, they could probably do Michael Gallup. They had to free up. They had to free up some cap room to make sure that under the salary cap by tomorrow. No, I'm sorry, by Monday, because that's when the new league year starts. So, yes, I know they freed up almost $30 million, but you need a contract. They can't even do anything until free agency starts. So, again, everyone needs to either calm down. The second thing is when it comes to Dak Prescott, his contract. He counts $49 million this coming season against the cap. That's too high. They have to lower it. How do you lower it? They have to give him an extension. And but people are all on Facebook say, "Oh, you guys are crazy. You can't get that Prescott an extension. He's not worth the $40 million he's making right now." Well, I'm sorry, boys and girls. That contract extension is coming. Jerry is Stevie said it's coming. Dak Prescott's already acknowledged that it's coming.
Yes.
So
Stop right there, Mike. I don't know why everybody really thought that the Cowboys even contemplated trading Dak Prescott in the first place. I don't even know why y'all believe that. He's not going anywhere. Go ahead.
Anywhere. And don't listen to who I refer to as the hate merchants at the 3 and 4 letter networks. Don't believe their collaborators on social media who keep pushing this narrative that Dak Prescott's going to get traded. They're going to trade for Aaron Rodgers. They're going to trade for this guy. They're going to let him go. Did everyone realize what would happen if the Cowboys, let's just say the Cowboys said today, okay, Dak, we're done with you. We're going to cut you loose. Do you guys anyone have ideas what the cap ratifications would be?
Exactly. No, we think along Madden 23 standards. That's how we think. We're not looking at this.
And again, this isn't the NBA. You can't. It's not salary for salary.
There you go.
There's a hard cap in the NFL.
Perfect.
And he's gonna. They have to probably lower his cap number to roughly $20 million. So you have to give him an extension. You have to spread that money out over. I'm thinking it's going to probably be anywhere between a 4 or 5 year extension. And people out there, get ready because his salary. Y'all freaked out when he got $40 million. He's probably going to be north of $45 million, maybe even close to $50. I don't think he'll get 50, but he's going to be. He's probably going to be up there around where, I don't know, Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray is making right now. So you people better just put your seatbelts on and tighten them up. Put that helmet on, tighten that chin strap up real tight, because that's coming. It's going to probably happen in the next couple of weeks, probably before the end of March is over. That's going to get an extension. And regardless if you think he earned it or he deserved it, that's irrelevant. Yep. It's about economics. They have to lower his cap number because this year it's 49. Next year, in 2024, his cap number is 52 million. Mm-hmm. So that's too high for any quarterback to have a cap number that high. Mm-hmm. See, that's what's going on with the Rams. You see, the Rams they're not going to sign anybody. They don't even have a first round pick. They're probably going to trade out of their second round pick. They got to get picked back because they have no pick. They are way over the cap. Look at the Eagles. Eagles are going to hemorrhage Eagles are hemorrhaging players. They got like 19 or 20 free agents and most of them on the defensive side of the ball. People like, I don't know, James Bradbury, DJ Garner-Johnson, Miles Sanders. They're going to lose They're going to lose a lot of players. Maybe even, I don't know, Fletcher Cox. He's probably going to be gone. Garner Minshew is probably going to get let go. So this is how the NFL goes. And to get back to what Coach Mom was saying, the Cowboys did say they're going to add a playmaker to the offensive side of the ball. Well, that's mostly done at wide receiver. And everyone always knows the biggest name that's being talked about is DeAndre Hopkins. Well, Hopkins is on a contract. You got to trade for him.
Mm-hmm.
So they said the word is that you could probably get DeAndre Hopkins for maybe a second-day pick, a 2 or maybe a 3.
Mm-hmm.
But his price tag it's going to be up where you were going to pay Amari. It's going to probably be 19. I've heard even a number even high as 27.
With CD Lamb coming right behind. With CD Lamb coming right behind.
You got CD Lamb coming. Michael Parsons coming. You got Trayvon Diggs coming.
Come on, man. Come
yeah.
on, man.
There's a lot of people coming down the pipeline that you're going to have to think about paying. And whatever Michael Parsons asks for, you got to pay him, because if they don't pay him, someone else will. And Donovan Wilson, he has to be re-signed. They got to find a way to re-sign that guy.
Yeah, I want him back too.
They just have to.
I want him back too.
They have to re-sign him.
Yep. All right, appreciate you, Mike. You just shed some more light on
Thank you.
I think the biggest thing that Mike just said was that this is not the NBA. This is not the NBA. You got it. It's football, and contracts are totally different than the NBA. Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I think you can't overgloss that. We got people coming down the line, y'all. We get Trayvon gonna cost you. Hello, Michael Parsons is gonna cost you. These are guys that got, and we ain't talking about the rest of the guys that we ain't talking about. Spoonie says this. I said this is the problem. See, Spoonie said, big time, you're obviously right about the money, but man, you gotta let us dream and wish a little. Come on now, it's wishing season. Let's have a little fun. Yeah. Just as long as y'all don't come back trying to blame Jerry and Steven for actually doing right business, you go ahead and dream. I don't have no problem with it. My problem is with the people that think that we are supposed to go get an Adam Thielen. We're supposed to go get an OBJ. We're supposed to go get a Bobby Wagner. We're supposed to go get DeAndre Hopkins. Just cause their name out there. And then you get mad because you'll say we didn't do enough. Well, what the problem is, they don't never tell you what the other teams was asking for in the draft. Mike just talked about maybe a day 2 or day 3 for DeAndre Hopkins, for DeAndre. Let me tell you something right now. You're going to have more than that. You got to give some of them those picks that extra picks you get to make sure it happens. You're going to have to give up stuff to get a DeAndre Hopkins. You're going to have to give up a package deal. It may cost you 2 picks in this draft. It may cost you a pick next year's draft. DeAndre Hopkins is not going to come cheap. He's not. And somebody very well may offer a first-round draft pick for DeAndre Hopkins. If the Cowboys offer him the second round, which one do you think Arizona's going to take? The package deal to get the first-round draft pick. Come on now. Cowboys already got in mind what we willing to pay. And you can't blame Steven and you can't blame Jerry for doing good business. I want an impact player just as bad as y'all want. But, how about this? How about this with Michael Evans if you're still there? Everybody's saying they're going to add, listen to this now, they're going to add a boost to the offense, and usually everybody think a wide receiver. Well, does that automatically mean that they're going to go get somebody, or that person is already in the house? Watch this. Vontae Turpin's name been coming up for offense, haven't it? Hello. See, Y'all thinking we finna add another number one wide receiver. They could be saying we're going to add this speed element to the offense. And we'll let Kevontae Turpin try to catch another 35 to 40 balls, if that many. And his speed will make an impact. So that all the guys that's underneath can make the plays. Y'all really think, you just don't automatically think here come a trade. You don't automatically think that here come a free agent and all that. No, that ain't how it goes sometimes. That ain't how it goes. It could very well be that they could be added from there. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying, hello. Joe says, do you think D is going to sit out if he doesn't get a contract? It's a possibility, Joe. It's a possibility. You know, we usually don't have holdouts. But that don't mean it ain't going to happen. We just don't usually have them. I can actually see Trayvon Diggs, after what he's done in his career as a Cowboy, Pro Bowls, all pro teams. I could actually see the Trayvon. I mean, if you ain't talking making him the look, if you're not talking making Trayvon Diggs at the time probably the highest paid cornerback in the league, you don't even call him. So I mean, it's time. He's gonna ask to be the highest paid cornerback in the league. And he's going to get it from either us or somewhere else. I'm just telling you. Michael Parsons, of course, is going to break the bank. I mean, with something that would, just something unbelievable. It's going to be something incredible. Y'all know it's coming. And if you ain't talking about making Michael Parsons the highest paid defensive player in the entire league, don't even pick up the phone. This is the approach that they're going to take. This is the approach that's going to be taken. And we got to have money for that. So I answer your question, Joe. I wouldn't be surprised if just depending on how the Cowboys talk. Mike Evans said that everyone see what the Carolina Panthers gave up to get the first pick in the draft to the Bears. 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and wide receiver DJ Moore. That's what the price tag won't be that much, but it might be something else. Michael Parsons' number is going to be scary. It is going to be scary.
Call from
Gregory Davis.
Hey, my man Gregory Davis in the building. What's going on, man?
What's going on? This show, I totally agree with you. We get this hype about these players on the trade and all that. They don't understand. Back in the 90s, Jerry was in charge. He made splash moves. When the money changed, his son took over. And he's not gonna allow his son to make that money.
Yeah, that's what we
make the move. But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I believe they're gonna make a splash move. I don't know what it is. They're gonna make one. They're gonna make at least one. Five-ball offense. They're gonna make one. That's what I believe. I don't know if it's gonna be high because that's too much.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I wouldn't doubt that they would. That's really all I asked for. I asked for 1 or 2 day one impact players. They should have enough money to make that happen. The question is where they're going to go with it. And some of this stuff that we thinking is just don't make football sense. It looks good on the roster, but when you got to factor in the salary cap, you got to factor in the dead cap, all that kind of stuff. And some of these guys just do not make any sense. And so it's just going to be interesting. I agree with you. I wouldn't mind an impact player, 1. And that may be all what we need to get over the hump, depending on who it is. I would love to have Bobby Wagner. I believe that's one of those guys that can be the real difference maker on this team that might get us over the hump. You know what I'm saying? I will entertain that in a hard flash. I would love to have DeAndre Hopkins, but DeAndre Hopkins is going to cost too much. And I don't think the Cowboys would even entertain trying to get that type of player here and pay that price tag. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Much for them, no.
I don't think
that to the draft.
Yeah, I don't think OBJ is what everybody says he is. He's went down as far as value. I don't think OBJ is that type of dude. So if y'all get excited about OBJ getting signed, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. It really ain't that much difference between him and Michael Gallup. And you ain't
Michael Gallup is young and healthy.
Yeah, you ain't shout over Michael Gallup. So I mean, I ain't gonna shout over OBJ. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you're right. I think that they probably are moving in the position. But if push comes to shove, they believe in this draft and development, Greg. I don't, they're and they got enough pick in the draft again that they really feel like that they'll do the draft and development thing all over again. That's what we usually do. So, and you can't blame them, if it don't make sense for the cap and all that kind of stuff. So, but we'll get mad because we're going to see these names go across the ticker and everybody going to get mad because, well, we see that they ain't doing what they don't want to win. They don't want to win. They let DeAndre Hopkins go. They let him go because it was a smart decision.
And they let him win on the team.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. So I agree with you, Greg.
He goes something that's crazy. Look at the NFC. We're one of the top teams in the NFC. We don't need that much. Folks ain't seeing that.
No, 12.
Look at the Eagles are losing. And they won the division losing.
Yeah. We won 12.
The 49ers having quarterback issues.
Yeah, we have 12.
Who else is in the way? Minnesota. Minnesota is even done. They letting go players. What else?
Well, Philly's getting ready to lose some folk because for the contracts they have. So Philly's not going to be as strong as they were this year. There's just no way. I believe Washington is going to be better because just inserting Chase Young back into the game is going to be big, and their front four is going to be nasty again. They just re-signed the person that we wanted, which is Deron Payne, but they went ahead and took care of him as they should. And I think Washington is going to be a whole lot better than they were obviously last year. So I'm saying, with the NFC East, it switches. The Giants, they're young. They made the playoffs this year. You would think that they would get better. Plus, they've hit the draft as well. So I'm saying, you just can't really predict the NFL. You can't do it. But I do say that we have enough to get the job done, and all you need is just a small piece here and there. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see how we do it. But it ain't gonna be what most Cowboy fans thinking. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy. No. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy.
We just need to tighten it. We just need to tighten up a few positions.
Yeah.
Like last year, Dak. That's an anomaly with Dak is.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't know. That's not him. People aren't seeing that. I pay attention to that. They saying Hurts has him. Hurts has had a better year. Hurts hasn't beat him yet.
I don't think that Dak will have, the year he had last year as far as turnovers go. I just don't think that's gonna happen. But
man, hit it go.
But at the same,
Kellen Moore.
And Kellen Moore is got to give Colton McCarthy a chance. Hopefully he'll do what he needs to do.
But they're gonna be fine though. They're gonna make a splash either in free agency or the draft. They're gonna get somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
They'll get somebody because if you're looking at the draft, which I watch the draft, how the board move all those trades, they're gonna get somebody. And they got an extra pick.
Yeah,
they'll get somebody. And most of their best talent come later in the draft.
Yeah. That's the way it's been working.
That's
the brilliance of Will McClay. We do well in the draft, and a lot of our guys play well. The linebackers from last year, Bland, playing well as well. We do well in there. So I'm expecting that same type of energy this year. We do very well in the draft. So that's why I say they probably got no problem with the draft and developmental stage. It's just us. who want the world, and that ain't how it goes sometimes. I appreciate you, Greg.
All right.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just trying to calm everybody down. Y'all, I know that some of y'all didn't. That's why I say share it, because Cowboy Nation just need to calm down a little bit. Once you know how the league works, once you know how the monies that are needed to allocate for the year, operations, how much it does sign, how much it's going to sign all these these draft picks. Don't cost you right at, $8 to $10 million. It's gonna happen. $8 to $10 million. That's automatic. So start doing the subtractions, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. All right. And I'm about to go ahead and shut it down now. I appreciate all you guys calling. Appreciate all you that's on Podbean who popped in earlier. Appreciate you. What did you say, Joe? Joe said Jerry Jones better not mess up this year because we just a couple players to make a run at the Super Bowl. I say the same thing. If outside the team, if we were to go get a certain individual that can make that much of a difference, then that is worth, he did the same thing, Jerry did. Jerry did when he made the transition years ago with going to get Charles Haley. That was the difference maker. That's when we won our first couple Super Bowls. Went out and took Charles Haley, or you didn't take him, but you signed that free agent. It produced 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. Then it came to the same thing in 95. The 49ers just won the Super Bowl with Dion. Dion was a free agent, and Jerry went in and got him. You know the rest. The Cowboys won the Super Bowl. Dion by himself made that much of a difference to put your team over the hump. It's the same thing. I really believe that impact player is there. The question is, will the Cowboys get him? That's Bobby Wagner. You put Bobby Wagner on this defense, and if he stays healthy, which he usually does, and you let Michael Parsons run free and use him as a chess piece, your defense just got that much better just with one man. And it could be the difference. You got 12 wins. Bobby Wagner's presence alone on the field and his play could equal up to one more game. Just him. That's the difference between him and LVE. You put a Bobby Wagner on this defense, that may get you 1 or 2 more games. That's how much of an impact he is. That's how much of an impact he makes on the team. One player. You go get a DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know if that's, it's a scary thought to have a DeAndre Hopkins and a CeeDee Lamb on the same team. I give you that. Oh, ain't no doubt about that. And it would be productive. But I don't know if that would necessarily mean that just his presence alone would give you 2 more wins or 1 or 2. I don't know that. I'm banking my money on Bobby Wagner though. I know what his presence means. That type of player. That type of player is what I want. I want it. Will we do it? Well, again, to go back to what Coach Marv said, the bidding war. Because if you think the Dallas Cowboys are the only team that want a Bobby Wagner, you crazy. I want a Bobby Wagner. That's the type of player that can get you over the hump. And he's there. Just how much is he gonna cost? And are the Cowboys willing to pay that price? Whatever that's gonna be. That's the only question. But he would make a difference. A huge difference. Oh, there's no question about it. That's what I want. You got a dominant cornerback in Trayvon Diggs. I always believe this me. On defense, I need a dominant player on every level. I got a dominant cornerback, Trayvon Diggs, all pro type cornerback. I got a dominant guy. Wherever Michael Parsons lines up, he's dominant. So if you line him up at linebacker outside, guess what? He's dominant. If you line him up on the line, he's dominant. So I got two. You give me Bobby Wagner there in the middle. That's dominant. There's three dominant players on every level. You can win Super Bowls like that. If I can get a dominant player on each section of the defense, I'm in business. You get Bobby Wagner here, your defense just got better just by signing him. That quick. That's why I want him. That's why I want him. All right? I'm done. I appreciate you guys calling in. All you that called in and all you guys that tuned in. I appreciate you so much. We've been here for a second. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Calm down, Cowboy Nation. Please, calm down. It ain't what you think it is. Calm down. Let's see the restructuring from this point on. Then you can start kind of formulating your ideas. Y'all did it too early. Let's see the restructuring of contracts from this point on. And then you also got to keep in mind, they got to sign some of the guys that's already here. Okay? Then you start thinking about everything else. We just on step one. That $30 million didn't mean that we could just go out to get somebody, all right? All right? I'm done. Joe already got the, y'all put y'all hands together. Go ahead and get the clap emojis going right now. Go on, get it right now. Go ahead and show me real quick. If you're on Podbean, go ahead and clap it up because y'all know how we get out of here. We get out of here jamming. We get out of here partying. And that's the way that it is, all right? I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys. I'm off work, so I would say I won't see you guys Monday. I don't think I will. I'll hit you up at some point this week. I'm going on a vacation next week. But I'll be probably posting stuff on my page. But as far as a live, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be doing that or not. I don't know, but just turn on your live notifications and we'll take it from there, all right? I appreciate all of you. I'm trying to make sure. Okay, he said, wash your hands, Spoonie did. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for hanging with your boy. We'll see you again at some point. I'm coming, but I can't promise you live. I might do a video here and there. I'll get with you guys this week, all right? Just turn the notification on the page. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, this has been one more time. Yeah, buddy. Let me turn this off so y'all can get the music going for real. This has been, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. The one and the only, the Big Time Show.